This is Project Armwrestling, the global arm wrestling podcast, brought to you by Tobias Mustonen.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel, Project Armwrestling. Today I want to talk to you about the foundation of arm wrestling. I have designed a system that I use to help new arm wrestlers in the sport. You've probably seen this from Devin Larratt.
So the first rule is be strong. Rule 2 is do not fight a losing battle. The third rule of arm wrestling, never take what's being given to you.
And those rules are very good. But in my experience, when you're new in arm wrestling, you get the information, you need to talk about the pronation, supination, rising, cupping, everything like that. And for someone who has never experienced arm wrestling before, that kind of information is very important, but it can be very much at the same time. Therefore, I have designed the system BDC. And this system is, for me, the 3 ground rules of arm wrestling. Before I start to talk about BDC, I want to be very clear that I'm not claiming that these are the only rules in arm wrestling. There are tons of different systems and different philosophies from many great athletes. I just want to share what I have done during the years for new arm wrestlers, and hopefully maybe you can learn something new or even adapt it to your new members in your club. You can go back to these whenever, just to remember the foundation of the sport. So what does BDC stands for? B, first of all, is breathe. That is the first thing that I tell every new one that starts arm wrestling, that you need to breathe all the time, during the tension, during the attack, and everything like that. In my experience, nowadays, very much young people from the gym world comes to arm wrestling, and they are used to hold their breath during tension when they're doing a big lift of some kind. But when you do that in arm wrestling and you cup in and you're going to pull away and you keep holding your breath, I have experienced at least 5 people that have passed out. But why is breath, besides not passing out, very important? Well, it helps you keep calm during the fight. If you have someone that is more experienced than you, then breathing can help you stay in the moment. You give oxygen to your body. So for the love of God, teach everyone to breathe properly. That is what the B stands for. The D, however, stands for drive. In arm wrestling, and especially if you're someone who has not been standing at the table very much, you have been watching mainly YouTube channels, you've probably seen a lot of people talking about the drive, the side pressure, that this is the way to defeat your opponent. You need to be explosive. You need to fulfill the momentum of going right in the pad. But arm wrestling mainly is a sport about dragging. So what I mean about the drive is that you need to learn your body to drive towards the pad and drive backwards. And why is backwards so important? Well, you have your shoulder frame that is going parallel from your shoulders to the front. And in the beginning, it's very important that you keep your arm and your hand inside this shoulder frame. Why? Because you prevent injuries that way. If you lose your shoulder frame and you start driving pure side pressure, then, yeah, you guess it, you'll probably be in a lot of pain. Or your elbow, your upper arm maybe will snap. So that's very important to keep in the beginning everything inside the shoulder frame. And when you drive back, you're teaching your body to find the connection. You're teaching your body that you're going to need to pull your opponent towards you. And this mainly will result in that you gain a lot of technical strength and you're pulling the match towards you. So the side pressure and the shoulder press, going forward, going sideways, that is very good. I use it mainly myself very much. But my suggestion is to wait a little bit before you're starting to drive sideways. After you find the connection backwards and you find your lat, you find the connection with your shoulder, your pec, your elbow connection, everything like that, then you can start experimenting with going sideways. Don't be in a rush. Arm wrestling takes time. And the last one, and if you watch this far, then please considering following this channel, subscribe, share it with your friends, everything like that to help this channel grow. So we're going through the B, the D, and now the C. And the C stands for control. And this might be the most important one, because many people of those I have trained is so eager to win the match directly. So they are willing to compromise the wrist, the shoulder connection, the shoulder frame, the elbow joint, everything, just so they want to drive backwards to win the fight. But if you don't have control, then you're not going to evolve. Strength matters. Technique matters. But if you don't have control, you're just hoping. Control means understand the position. Understand what kind of position do I need to be in against this kind of puller. Take control of the match before the match even started. And also control of the hand. You have very much to gain if you take control of the hand early in the match. Just don't go just grip up and just hoping for the best. Just take some lack-ass grip and hoping that your opponent will follow. Because you need to have the control in the hand, the arm, the shoulder, the back. You need to have control of all of your body. Remember this. A good arm wrestler does not just pull. He creates situations for his opponent to have fewer options. That is control. Now let's connect these three rules. We have breath, that gives you oxygen and makes you calm. We have drive, which gives you the power backwards. And we have control, to give you the direction. Without breath, you panic. Without drive, you have no force. Without control, you have no strategy. But together, they create a foundation. It's quite simple. And that is exactly what it's all about. I created this to be easy to remember, so that a new person that has been bit by the arm wrestling bug can come into practice and he can remember this simple system and he can evolve in the right direction. And as the years goes, then you can evolve with different system. You can maybe create your own system. Because at the end of the day, arm wrestling is a sport with endless possibilities. You can spend years learning techniques, studying opponents, improving your strength, and understanding positions. And that's what makes this sport amazing. Before you go into master the high level of knowledge, You need to learn the basic. And for me, that's what the BDC system stands for. Not because it replaces everything, but it gives you somewhere to start. So the next time you go up to the table to pull, remember, don't just pull. Breathe, drive, and have control. And I'll see you next time.
You've been listening to Project Arm Wrestling. If you enjoyed this episode, follow the podcast, share it with your friends, and be part of the project.